after suffering a severe stroke.
We know he is still in a medically induced coma, but when this story broke, one of the biggest things everyone was talking about was the fact that Luke Perry is just 52 years old.
So we brought in our chief health editor, Dr. Nandi, to give us some insight into what's happening. And doctor, when you hear 52, it just sounds like such a young age.
I know, yeah, really anyone at any age can have a stroke, but it does happen more often in folks who are 55 years of age and older. Now, there are a lot of other factors that can really increase your risk, like having a family history of stroke, high blood pressure and heart disease, high cholesterol, diabetes, and smoking. Also, men in general, we typically have a higher risk of stroke compared to women, and we are also more likely to have them at younger ages.
All right, so what kind of damage might we expect, Doc, to see in someone who has had a stroke?
Unfortunately, Dave, I am extremely familiar with how strokes can affect not only the person, but their loved ones as well. My late father, he suffered a stroke, and it changed his life and my family's life forever. So when you have a stroke, what happens is that the blood supply that goes to your brain gets interrupted or cut off, and blood actually carries oxygen. Without oxygen, your brain cells start to die. So having a stroke, and this is important, is a medical emergency. It needs to be treated immediately, as every minute counts. Now, the type of symptoms people get depends on the type of stroke that you have, and how severe the symptoms are and how long they last will also vary. But people can suffer from issues like paralysis, loss of muscle movement, memory loss, and difficulty talking or thinking. But here's the good news, that fewer and fewer Americans are now dying of a stroke. And while many folks, like my dad, may have had long-term or lifelong disabilities, others will recover fully. So we have to really treat it seriously and act quickly and act like it's a medical emergency when you have these symptoms.
Yeah, great information as always. Dr. Nandi, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
And don't forget to tune in this Saturday at 1 o'clock for an all-new episode of the Dr. Nandi Show. This week, he's discussing the importance of early detection, treatment options, and survival rates for some of the most common cancers. Plus, a cancer survivor shares how she discovered a cancerous lump in her breast and her road to treatment and recovery.
If you have a question or a health concern for the doctor, you can email him, of course, Dr. Nandi at askdrnandi.com, or send it to us on Facebook or Twitter.